YouTube, it's Laura. I am bringing you another What Sold on Whatnot video today. Yay! All right, so today's show was decent. I think it was 18 items for $265. So I'm going to go through all of it with you. I also then, immediately following the show, had a customer purchase a marketplace item. She was one of the people from the show, and she had seen an item during the show and whatever, she purchased it. So I'm going to go through all of that with you now while I ship. Let's get into it. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, so the first item is going to be the marketplace item, and that is this little adorable little Betty Boop t-shirt. So this is, I feel like it's like an 80s era. You may have seen these in a haul. I found a whole bunch of these, and that's a little tag. They were cute. They were like $1 each. They're all appear to be new old stock. I don't think that they were anything super luxurious or fancy. You know what I'm saying? But I had them listed in my Buy It Now for $5 each. So on Whatnot, Buy It Now and Marketplace are two separate things. And I don't really understand why you would want to use, I don't know, whatever. The Buy It Now items are only available while you are doing a live show. Marketplace items are available all the time. Anyone can pop on and purchase one of those. I stuck these into one of the Buy It Now sections during my Y2K show, and I keep forgetting that they're there. So every time I clone items from a previous show, those keep showing up. And so I forgot all about them. Anyway, a customer messaged me after the fact saying she meant to purchase one and forgot. So I stuck them in Marketplace for her. So she did that. So that's her first item. I had it up for $5. They're not like, you know, super impressive t-shirts. They're cute. And that's it. Let's see. Oh dear, that's not what I wanted to do. And then her next three items, we've got this adorable little Gitano sweater. Yay, she sold. And let's see, what did she sell for? I want to say 10, yeah, $10. So that's cute. Let's see. Stay there, please. There were no bidding wars on this little cutie patootie. That's okay. Oh, I have so much stuff in my way. Sorry, one sec. Uno momento. There we go. Everybody leave, please. Little sweater. We're going to get her packaged up. And let's see. There we go. Cool. That's number 2. The next item in her order were these really cute pants that are, I feel like these are like, I don't know, 90s. That's the tag on them, but look how pretty that is. And it's nice and stretchy. It says they're 100% wool, but they feel like they've got a touch of spandex in them. I don't quite understand. Let me see if I can fold these. If I can. I can. I have faith in myself. I can fold some pants so that their little crease is maintained. You know, they look nicer that way anyway. So let's see. I pulled them up. I feel like they were $10 also. Let's see. Let's see. $10. Yes. All right. Okay. And then her third item. Oh, this was cute. Her third item is a little Y2K Charlotte Russe dress that sold for $15. Again, not a bidding war or anything, but really adorable little dress. Look at how cute that is. Looks like a little tuxedo. My camera's blowing out, but you get the idea. So that's fun. Get this out of my way. So those are her items. And I will have to bundle those together. So her marketplace purchase and then the other items are currently listed as 2 separate packages. So I will bundle those together. There's that. Let me see what kind of poly mailers I've got going on over here. My poly mailers are such a mess right now. They're very, I don't know if this is going to be too much here. I don't want to jam that into there, so let's do not that one. They're such a mess. Okay. I'm going to have to order more of these mid-size poly mailers because batch really sticks together and are hard to separate. But all right, we're almost there, I promise. Order number 1, almost complete. Maybe. Or I'm gonna sit here and fight with this bag for the next half hour. That's possible. There we go. There, yay, better. Okay. Number 1. Our next customer ordered, also, so that person was another new to me customer, as is this second customer who also ordered 3 items. So the first is this adorable little Y2K skirt. There, let me see, it on camera, yeah, I'm gonna do a quickie lint roll of it. On camera, it was very linty looking, but you know, camera always does that to black clothing. Do I know where my garbage can is? I don't. So, oh, there it is. It was gonna get tossed on the floor, but so I'm just gonna zip it off real quick so it looks nice. I also had my first, I don't want to call it a whatnot return issue because I don't know if that's what it is yet, but I had a customer reach out to me. She had purchased a lot of items for me. And she reached out because a sweater that I had sold her, I had said it was 70s and she was saying that it was 90s, and she included a photo of the tag. Now I did have a photo of the tag in the listing photos. During the live auction, I forgot to show the tag. I didn't forget to show the tag. I couldn't find it, and I don't like to be tedious. Surprising, because I'm so, I am tedious, I know. By the way, this skirt sold for, I think, 10. Yeah, 10 bucks. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? There, okay. And also, to keep this moving, I'm gonna also keep going with the what sold and tell the story in between. This is a little tennis skirt that I got from the Attic haul, that 70s Attic. And so this sold for 5 bucks. It's adorable, just a little polyester skirt. It's very wrinkled, but I sold it for 5 bucks. So I'm not going to be a psychopath and steam it before I send it off. Okay. That done. And then the third item that she purchased is this blouse that I sold for, it went for $21. So that means that there was some back and forth bidding. I do not remember what I started it at. It's possible I started it at 20. It is a Save the Queen, which you can't see. It's a higher end brand, but I think it's more popular in the UK. But it's a really cool shirt. It's just this like stretchy mesh, but it's got these amazing sleeves. So it's hard to, like, I feel like you don't get a good impression of it until it's on a body. I did do a very janky modeled photo of this for Whatnot. I had a couple pieces that just really needed a body in them to get the full effect. So I did a very impromptu and poorly lit photo session for some of these pieces. So anyway, that was all 3 of the items for this customer. I know you're like, Laura, you were telling a story and you got sidetracked. That's true. I am still aware of my story. So she messaged me about this sweater. I said it was 70s. She said it was 90s. Photo of the tag was on the listing, but I didn't show it during the stream. And I did say 70s era in the live stream. To be fair to myself, it was giving me like 70s vibes, but that was also a thing in the 90s. Like a lot of 90s stuff had a very 70s inspired look. The tag, you know, once she pointed it out, I was looking at it going, yeah, I could see where that would be more 90s. Like I also saw how I called it 70s. Yeah, I was, you know, I sold this sweater for $20. So she messaged me and she said, I'm not trying to return this or like get a full refund, but I just like, I feel like, you know, I wouldn't have paid as much. She didn't say I wouldn't have paid as much, but she just said I was hoping for like a little money back since it's 90s, not 70s. I get that. Whatnot does not allow you to you can't issue refunds. You don't do returns. Whatnot handles returns. you can't do partial refunds or anything. So I directed her to reach out to Whatnot. I said, from what I hear, they're very good about resolving issues, you know, but if they don't help you, let me know and we'll figure something out. Okay. So sidetracking again, my next sold item. I love this thing. This went to another person who is a new to me customer. This is the only item that she purchased. She paid $20 for it, which is what I had it starting for. This is like an 80s necessary objects suit, but it's shorts. So cute. And then this like jacket, longer. It's so adorable. I think it's so cute. I'm very excited that this is going to a home. I am a little sad that I didn't get to model it properly, but it's also, I'm so excited that it sold. Okay, so I told her to reach out to Whatnot. She says, okay. Then she sent me a message regarding a spot that was on a sweater. And it was like some gunk on the sleeve of the sweater. So, you know, at that point, I try to do my Whatnot shows at very low starting prices, which you guys know, because I always tell you what I paid for stuff, what I sold it for, etc. And because I am doing high volume and low dollar starts, I obviously don't spend as much time with all of these items as I would otherwise if I was putting it on Etsy, etc. I do not have a washer and dryer, which you all know because I've told you a million times. So it's not like I can just, you know, like throw everything in the wash when I get home. I either have to go to a laundromat or send it out to be washed. Like we normally send our laundry out because I can't. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. So I do take things to the laundromat myself when I feel like they're a little bit more, whatever. Like I want to make sure that I'm paying attention to the drying and make sure that it's not high heat and blah, 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 all that. I don't send everything out with the laundry guy. But also because of that, if I don't feel like it needs washing, you know, I don't necessarily. So not everything gets washed, and especially not things that need special care. If they don't need some kind of attention washing, I don't necessarily do it. I also obviously don't explain all of this to every customer I have because my problems are not their problems, you know. But anyway, so she sent me a message about the spot in the sleeve, and I did just say, yeah, I'm sorry that I missed that. You know, and then kind of went into a thing about like, I feel like I do higher volume for me on Whatnot, and I also offer low prices, so I do kind of rush through and don't always catch everything. My apologies. So we'll see. Then she did follow up and said that she soaked it and it came out, which is good. Like I'm not purposely I try to disclose everything, but also I feel like $10 is a great price for a vintage sweater. So, you know, $10, 15 on that one. But that's so far to date been the only, I don't want to say issue, but like been the only thing on Whatnot. Like I haven't had any return requests that I'm aware of. I don't know how Whatnot handles it. I could have had 700 return requests and they just don't ever tell me. I don't feel like that's likely, but you know, I don't know if they reach out to sellers about things unless there's a problem. I did have Whatnot reach out to me once asking me if I had shipped an item, and I was like, yeah, and it's the, you know, like, yeah, you can see it all on there, so I assume they saw that as well, but they were asking because the customer hadn't received it yet, so that, you know, whatever, I said, yeah, I shipped it on this date, according to the tracking, it's been delivered, so, you know, I don't know if the customer didn't receive it, but they didn't follow up with me after that, so, and the customer never reached out either. Moving along, though, cute little leather bag. I think this is so adorable. This sold for $10. Look at little ducky. There's a little butterfly on the back. It's such a cute little bag. So let me get this wrapped up. What is happening with my poly mailers? Why is everything such a mess right now? I don't understand. I don't remember where I picked this up from, like at all. I feel like it was some kind of estate sale or something, but honest to God, I can't remember where I got that. I've had it for a little while, just hadn't really listed it. All right, so whatever this number is. This is another new to me customer. She bought this item and it was $10, which was the starting bid, and that's what it sold for. This is awesome. This is new old stock. Obviously amazing. Look at graphics on both sides and look at that graphic. And I mean, the tags aren't super phenomenal. Sometimes you get new old stock stuff and the tags themselves are also really cool. This is the tag, like GNC, which I think is hysterical. This smells like Stinky Man BO, which I don't understand. It has clearly not been worn before, so it baffles me how it smells like Stinky Man, unless all of GNC just smells like a sweaty man, but I don't imagine that to be true. I did disclose this to the customer, and honestly, like I got this a while back. It's been hanging around. I forgot to send it out with the laundry last time. So I was like, screw it. I'll just stick it in the show today, see what happens, you know. So I did disclose. She did purchase it. It's the only thing that she purchased. Had she purchased multiple, I would have bagged this separately so that it wasn't going to make everything else stinky. So, but it's really cute. It's a really cute shirt. All right. And again, that was another new to me customer. So God bless her for having faith in me. All right, the next item, also a new to me customer, and it's so cute. Look at this. So this is a little skirt. It looks like a skirt from the front and the back, but this zipper opens here to reveal the shorts if you want to wear it like that. And then it's got the closure back here. It's so cute. This sold for $15. There were no bidding wars on that. I did have an existing customer enter the show a little bit later expressing some regret, like, oh, I missed this skirt. And it's totally would have been up her alley. Like, it makes me sad for her that she missed it, but, you know, I'm still excited that it's finding a home. Look how cute. I love that. Love it when it folds up and can be, like, extra adorable with the way that it displays in the poly mailer. So there's that. Next up is another single item purchase from another new to me customer. It looks like the majority of my sales were from people who were new to me today, which is always fun. All right, and this is, she bought this dress, which is a silk, like 80s peplum dress. It's really cute. And this sold for $15. So good. Last week on Thursdays, I did my regular morning show for Whatnot, and then I did a pop-up show at night, and I was really happy with the results of that. My morning show, I don't remember, but one of them was like 230 something, and then the second show was like 270 something, and I don't remember which one did better, the morning or the evening. But I was very pleased with the evening show. I went on at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm not going to spend 6 hours trying to button this. Okay. 9 p.m. Eastern, so that would be about 6 p.m. West Coast time. And I decided to do that because, like, it is difficult for me, for West Coast people, to be able to attend my morning shows because I start at 10 a.m., which is 7 a.m. for them, very early. And, you know, so we'll see. I have a lot of insecurity. Oh, this dress does not fold nicely at all because it's got these giant shoulder pads and like this open section, so the shoulder pads don't want to behave themselves, basically. Let me see if I can do this. Make it look a little presentable. It's better, not great, but I have a lot of insecurity about like having items in my shows that I've had in the past, which is silly because I talk about all of these new to me customers, and so they have not seen any of these items in the past, probably. So it's new to them, and I still get all weird about like, oh, but nobody's going to want to, it's all stuff that's been in the previous shows, whatever. So I'm going to try it again tonight, despite the fact that I am deeply insecure about it. And we'll see how it goes. Number 19. Not number 19 for you. My next sold item, also to a new to me customer. I'm not going to unwrap this, but it was a little sports bra and brief set. So the bra is printed. The brief is just like a solid light gray color. I sold this for $5. I got this from an estate sale. And you know, it's one of those things where overall, I've definitely already made my money back on the estate sale. So things that I have left over are just kind of gravy. So I just put that up for $5. All right, this next one, I love this thing. So this sold for $28 to an existing customer. I had it, the bid starting at $25, so there was a little bit of bidding back and forth. Again, just a $3 bump, but I'll take it. It is a gorgeous dress. So it's a halter dress, and it has a giant, massive skirt. But the dress has been, it used to have a lining in the skirt, and so somebody cut the lining out and then also cut out the zipper. So this is not any kind of repair that I'm capable of doing on my own. I've had this dress for years. When I bought the dress, I spent like, I think it was $22 is what I spent on it. So once you take fees into consideration, I don't know if it's technically a loss, but it's definitely like just breaking even. But you know, I also bought the dress so many years ago at this point that it almost feels like it's just making money. I've just had it sitting. I didn't notice the issue when I bought it because, you know, frenzy. And I haven't known what to do to fix it. I haven't taken it anywhere to be fixed. So hopefully she will be able to resurrect it. But in the meantime, it's a little bit more money in my bank and a little bit more space in my trunk full of things that need fixing. So, also a terrible fold job, but we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. All right, next is an existing customer who purchased, a return customer, I should say. Return, not existing. She purchased 2 items from me. They're both pretty cool. The first is this scarf. I had this starting at $10 and it sold for $10. Okay. I thought it had some bids back and forth, but I guess not. It had, Whatnot now shows you like when somebody's interested in your items. So it had like 5 people as interested. And I think all that means is that when you push the item live, they get a notification. But you know, part of the problem with Whatnot's notifications is that there are so many of them. I get so many notifications for shows going live, and it's shows that I haven't bookmarked or followed or anything like that. So it's just random. It gets very overwhelming. All right, so, but this thing that sold, this gorgeous, I love this so much. This is basically like a lingerie style robe. Look at the print on this though. It's so crazy. I love this. I wanted to keep this when I bought it, but it just doesn't look good on me. It's mark size medium, and I think that's accurate, and I'm a size small on top. So when I tried to put it on, it just didn't look right. I think I started this at 20 and it sold for 26. So it did have a little bidding back and forth. It did have a missing belt, and I added one. It's not the best, but it's functional. And ultimately, once you have it on your body, it's just like a small bow on your waist that looks weird. So that's better than not being able to wear it, I think. All I had to do was like thread the belt back through this whole thing. It took me a little time, but it was fine. Oops, what is this? My folding is, no. What is happening, Laura? Very poor folding job right now. I don't quite have enough space to fold nicely today. It's hindering me, but we're gonna try and just make this work. Try and make it work. All right, let's see. See. All right, she got such a colorful little set today. It's so much fun. All right, so there's that. There, little scarf, little dress, robe, whatever we want to call it. All right, let's see. The next item is a customer who is also new to me, and she got this really adorable little 60s dress. Let's see, and it sold for $25, which is what I started it at. So it's a little sheath dress, pink with like this lace overlay. And then it's got this little top that goes over it with buttons up the back. So it's just extra, it's so cute, really pretty. I had not tried modeling this yet, obviously, because if I had, I would have just been taking photos for Etsy and it would not have been on Whatnot. I hadn't even tried it on. It was probably a bit too tight for me, but it would have been fun to list on Etsy. But also, you know, Etsy sales are just so slow. So it's kind of like, all right, if I can get it out the door today for $25, you know, it's beneficial, because my alternative is putting it on Etsy and maybe having it sit there for literally 5 years before it sells. So here we go. I have a lot of other things that have been waiting for 5 years to sell. So. Although I did have a nice Etsy sale this week that made me feel good. It was a dress that I included in one of my Whatnot shows, in my fancy Whatnot show, the Raid Train vintage clothing show that I did. And I think when I listed it for Whatnot, I listed it at $79, which is like crazy high for me on Whatnot. But as we recall, my impression was that we were trying to do this show to start cultivating a slightly higher average sale price. But also I knew I would list it on Etsy for way more, and I did. I listed it on Etsy for $150, and it sold, they used a coupon, so I think it sold for like $120, $130? I can't remember. But I was very happy about that. It just feels validating. Like I knew it was an awesome piece, and somebody else thought that as well. So that's nice. All right, this item sold to an existing customer, a return customer. Why do I keep doing that? This is really cute. I think that this is like, was part of like a kit where they would have received the fabric with probably the design already drawn on, instructions on like how to embroider it, and then instructions maybe on how to sew it. So because I had two of these dresses exactly the same, and that's just what it seems like. And they did that with purses, and the embroidery just kind of has that same, you know, vibe to it that the embroidered purses do. This did have some spots when I found it. I treated it with a spray, and literally all I did was like spray it, and then the spots kind of disappeared. I didn't like send it through the wash, just because this is one of those things I don't want to send it off to the laundromat with the guy. I would take it myself, and I just, again, hadn't gotten around to it and needed stuff to put in the show, so I stuck them in there. So. But because the stains disappeared, I was also confident, like, you can just throw this in the wash and it'll be fine. I didn't want to soak it because I feel like that's where a lot of dye bleed happens. If you leave it stagnantly sitting, that's when embroidery will start to bleed, you know. So I was a little wary of doing that. This dress is another one of those Asian Chung Sam style dresses. The person who purchased this has purchased one from me before, and I don't think they were present for the auction. I think they put in a pre-bid and then won the bid. So I did note there's a snap that is like needs to be sewn back on, which I did note in the listing, which I am very glad that I did for exactly that reason. It's one of the things that's kind of hard about Whatnot. Like, I obviously try to describe flaws, but sometimes I'm literally just taking a quick photo of like a spot on the garment, and based on the photo you can't necessarily tell where the spot is and stuff. Like, I don't go into a whole bunch of detail because I'm going to be talking about it during the auction, and again, the whole like lower start prices and things. So I don't know, so I do get a little nervous for that kind of stuff, but you know, I think in this case I'm okay with it. I think that it was disclosed well enough. So, and this sold for $15. So that worked out well with that. And let's see. Yep, and that's everything. So that was my morning Whatnot show. I am going to try and do an evening one. I haven't decided if I'm going to try and stitch these two videos together when I publish them or publish them separately. For last week's show where I did a morning and an evening, I ended up publishing the videos separately. So I think it'd be better if I stitch them together. But, you know, that takes like 8 seconds of brain power to do, and it's a lot for me. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon. Hi, YouTube, it's Laura. This is the shortest video segment ever. I am going to stitch it to my previous video. I ran my little experiment again. I ran a Thursday evening show on Whatnot, and it was so sad. I was on for about an hour. I sold 3 items. There were very few people in the room the whole time. A lot of the time was spent with like 2 and 3 people, one of which, by the way, was me in the room. And I want to say max was 10. I can't remember. It wasn't fantastic. I sold 3 items. I made $37. So I'm going to show you super quick. I'm not going to wrap it on screen with you because this is just, it's just that. Out of my 3 items, 2 sold to new to me customers. I sold this really adorable romper for $20. It's like 80s, 90s. So cute. That was to a new customer. I sold this skirt for $10, just a little gingham skirt, to an existing repeat customer. Gotta get that right. I gotta stop saying existing. And then this sold for $7 to a new to me customer. So that was it. I am going to keep trying this experiment because, you know, last week was way more successful for me. There's always going to be like times where you don't do great. So I'll keep seeing how it goes. I did do 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll continue doing that. So that was that. Super fun. All right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Not my favorite show, not my favorite week. Oh, but it's like my 1-year anniversary of selling on Whatnot, which is insane. I think my first show was September 24th, which I only know because of a TikTok video that I made, and TikTok reminded me, which is crazy. I feel like I've only been on for like 6 months. It's been a year. It's insane. But that's it. I'm not doing any kind of anniversary show or anything, I don't think. It's too, like, I hadn't thought of it in advance. You know, I can't prepare. So anyway, thank you for watching this. Hopefully I'll see you for a more successful Whatnot show soon. Bye.